Hey everybody, hope you liked my werewolf vid. No more new info on it. I mean, it's only been 2 days. I guess I doubt there will be more. I read the Reddit post. I forgot to mention, I don't think I mentioned it. The, the person who saw it said it was like 10 feet tall. So it's pretty big. But I'm going to review a movie that I really liked. I think it's 2020's May the Devil Take You To, Indonesian horror film directed by Timo. I'm not going to try to say his last name. Starring a bunch of people whose names I can't say either, except for the main girl, Chelsea Islan, who plays Alfie. I always thought Alfie's a cool name. So Alfie and her much younger sister Nara, I think that's her name, survived a demonic attack that I guess wiped out their family, and they're the only survivors. And then these 7 people who've also been under demonic attack kidnap Chelsea and her sister, Alfie and her sister, because they think Alfie can help them defeat this evil entity that's plaguing them. So they take her to this house, big house in the middle of the forest. Alfie's pretty pissed that they kidnapped her and her sister. And on Shudder, you can write reviews. And some people said they didn't like Alfie, but I liked her. She's tough. She'll fight. She's like half crazed from what's happened to her, and she didn't like being kidnapped. I mean, who would? So she kind of fights him on, just refuses, and very like blunt about how she doesn't want to help, but you know, there'd be no movie if she doesn't, so she does. So that's the setup of the movie. It's this director Timo really likes Evil Dead. I mean, those are my favorite kind of movies, like that take from Evil Dead. And not just Evil Dead. I see Exorcist influence, The Ring. I guess a lot of Japanese ghost horror in general. Someone said they see influence of Sinister, but I don't like Sinister, so I don't see it. There's a lot of good stuff in here. Like, doesn't hold back once the horror starts. Doesn't let up. Yeah, seems a little more brutal. More like Evil Dead Rise, and I guess the 2014 Evil Dead, than like the fun earlier films. When they get possessed, they look cool. There's no monsters, but when the people get possessed, they act like monsters. They look like monsters. The evil spirit that's plaguing them is like, these were all orphans that lived in this house, and they were raised by this guy. I want to say his name was Abu, and he's just a real bastard and you know, like mentally tortured and traumatized them. And I guess he's still doing it from beyond the grave, and they want to stop him. But man, it takes their toll on the 7 victims that he raised. Unlike Evil Dead, Ash Williams, Alfie, she doesn't have a shotgun or a chainsaw or a Kandarian demon dagger. They do have a book though, with drawings and like incantations and prayers and stuff, and it looked cool. And I was like, man, I almost think every, like, well, not every, but if you're doing this type of horror, you should have a book. You know, the Necronomicon, Book of Counted Sorrows. I like that they had a book in this. And Alfie, she gets this power. She gets like a demonized right hand that she can grab the possessed people with and just like destroy them. So I thought, oh, that's cool. She's like half supernatural herself. There's see a spider walking possessed person. There's one girl that's like the main demonically possessed being. Goddess, I think her name was. You know, she can like fling people across the room. She looked cool too. Not super gory, but there is some decent gore. You know, it's not a gore fest, but there's enough, and just a lot of screaming and maybe some like projectile vomiting, fire. It's an hour and 50 minutes, which is long, but I like to even halfway through the movie, I was I was into it. At least this guy Timo, he gives it to you. He shows you the horror, the monsters, like I said, not the monsters, but the demonic looking people, the screaming, floating. Like it's not boring. Like um, either the Reaper or oh my God, Tales from the Quadead Zone. So many other movies that I've seen. I think people still kind of don't like this. I guess you just don't like Evil Dead. I guess. I mean, if you can hear the music, I'm listening to Evil Incarnate, Raised from the Deep. Saw them. It's good, like dependable old school death metal. So, May the Devil Take You Too. I would give it a. I don't want to be too generous, just because I like this genre a lot. So, like seeing it through rose tinted glasses, I would give it a 3.5, solid 3.5. I want to give it a 4, but no. I think this director, he did Satan's Slaves, which I thought was very average. But whatever he does, I want to see it now. I think he has some other movies on Shudder. I think the actress that plays Alfie, Chelsea Islan, she's been in films with Iko Uwais. I was like, wow. I want to see her like not all frazzled and sweaty and like stringy wet hair and just like her bulged eyes. Like, I felt bad for her, but she's a fighter, and I liked her. So yeah, May the Devil Take You Too. Here, some people say part 1's better. Some say this one's better. I don't know. I would like to see part 1 and whatever this director does else. I wonder if he'll come to America and do something. I don't think most like foreign directors that have ever come to the States, they should just stay where they are. They get like hamstrings by Hollywood. If they go to Hollywood, like they get held back by Hollywood. But if you have Shudder, this is one that I'll watch it later. So it's 2 hours. Maybe it's not good. I wish I would have watched it earlier, but I guess it's the right time. It's Halloween, and this is be a very good movie for Halloween. So check it out, and maybe I'll do one later today. Still got movies backed up. So, and if you've seen a werewolf in your neighborhood, leave a comment or anything.